Is the polarized Fortnite routine actually good, or is it ass? I'm going to be giving the polarized Fortnite routine a full review in this video, so you can find out if it is worth your time or if it's a waste of time. If you don't know what the polarized routine is, it's basically this: 30 minutes Martos turtle fights, then you move on to 0.8 speed on a free build, and you work on consistency, not speed. You do triple edits and quad edits, and you do that for 5 minutes. Pxlarized actually says to do this for 2 to 3 minutes, but I believe the 5 minutes works better. Then you move on to 1.4x speed. You want to do a normal free build and work on the speed of your building and editing. And again, you want to do that for 5 minutes. Moving on from that, you want to do a 1.0x speed, which is basically a normal free build. And you want to do that for 5 minutes. In this normal free build, you want to learn a new retake or a new move that you want to incorporate into your free builds. For me, I wanted to learn how Pxlarized does his quadruple edit down, then places a cone and edits upwards, and then does a triple edit in his free build. And last but not least, when that is all said and done, we do the Raiders Peace Control map V3. I'm going to run through every single scenario 10 to 15 times. After that is done, we move on to the Raiders Peace Control tunnel section, and we also run through that another 10 to 15 times. After you run through them, that is the routine done. The clips you're seeing right now are from day one, and honestly, you're not going to see much progression from day one. So moving on to day 2. On day 2, I felt about 10% sharper than I did on day 1. That was kind of expected, considering there was 2 hours of mechanics training every single day during this routine. I got through the 30 minutes of Martos turtle fights and then got straight into the free building. On the 0.8, I decided to start practicing the polarized moves that I wanted to incorporate into my routine, which went terribly. On the 1.4x speed for the day, I did gradually better. The 10% sharpness I was feeling for the day definitely helped me improve on the 1.4x, but still for the most part, I felt like a headless chicken playing the impossible challenge. Going into the Raiders Peace Control drills, I really focused on resetting the wall after I shoot, but also making sure to make a good right hand peek. This ensured that I wouldn't build any bad habits along the way. That's what we did for day 2. Day 3 felt the exact same as day 2, except on day 3 I felt this fatigue, this almost unwanted to play Fortnite because I started to dread the polarized routine because of how much mechanics training actually was involved in the routine. Because of this, I didn't really feel any difference from day 2 to day 3, so we're going to skip on to day 4 where I felt a noticeable difference. Day 4 was the most perfect day in the terms of progression. Everything just seemed to be clicking. My edits felt faster, but they also felt more consistent. My crosshair placement was looking much better than day 1. After taking a 9-month break from competitive and from Fortnite altogether, coming back and seeing my mechanics in this state really felt good, knowing that 4 days ago, my mechanics were utter ass. I feel like I got back to the mechanical state of where I was left off 9 months ago. After the first 3 days, I didn't feel like the polarized routine was that good for the amount of time that you had to put into the routine. But on day 4, it actually felt like I was making exceptional progress for just 4 days. The only letdown of the day was that I still wasn't good at the polarized moves that I wanted to learn. Now, this is where things get interesting. I honestly didn't see much of an improvement from day 4 to day 7. The only bit of improvement I could see, if there was any, was in my crosshair placement. Now that is huge improvement in itself, but from day 4 to day 7, I have to be honest, I really didn't see much improvements in my speed or in my builds, just my crosshair placement. There is something I did get good at though, and that was the polarized moves I wanted to learn. I got much better from day 1 to day 7. Now I'm not at the level that I want to be at with them, but I am much better and will continue to work on them in the future. After 7 days of doing the polarized routine, I can finally come to an analysis that if you have 6 to 8 hours a day to play, this is a 9 out of 10 routine for you. For someone that can play 6 to 8 hours a day, the only negative thing that you're going to experience with this routine is that it is very time consuming and that it can put strain on your arm. I think this routine is great for people that want to go pro or have a lot of time on their hands, but I do not think this routine is good for someone who's just a casual. Now, if you're someone that is desperately trying to improve their mechanics, there's no better routine than this right now. But also bear in mind, you need a lot of time to do this routine. For people that have less than 4 hours to play this game a day, I do not recommend this routine. I would love if Pxlarized could come out with a shortened version of the routine for casual players or people that don't have a lot of time to play the game. Overall, if you have over 6 hours to play this game a day, I give this routine a 9 out of 10. If you've under 4 to 6 hours to play this game a day, I would give this routine a 7 out of 10. If you like this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. All these clips and this video were recorded on my twitch.tv channel /GlockGoBob. I'm a new and upcoming Irish Twitch streamer, and if you got some spare time, click the link in the description to head over to my Twitch. That's it for this video. This has been Glock, you've been amazing, see you in the next one. Slán agus Gura Maigad.